Pottery Camp.
Pottery Camp.
How do you feel like it went? Week 1.
Week 1.
I'm so proud of this girl. Did I start all 3 cameras? I think I did. I couldn't be prouder of my little girl. She was just this size. She was smaller than this size just yesterday. And now she's like getting clients, getting customers, emailing people, texting with adults, scheduling, taking payments, teaching classes.
With little kids.
With little kids. Teaching little kids to throw on the wheel.
I'm gonna go check if they're on.
Okay. I think they're on, but don't touch the cameras, okay? Well, what are some things you learned this week?
I think I learned people like the wheel more than I thought.
Yeah, I was surprised at that.
I was extremely surprised at how long they could go. They were like, the youngest I had was 7. And I guess the younger kids couldn't go as long, obviously. I don't know why that's obvious, but they didn't. But
Hey, sweet boy. Hey, John Mark, put that away. Let's not do that right now, okay? Come on, take a seat. If you want to contribute, you're welcome to. I set this up so you could be a part, but because you are part of Pottery Camp too, weren't you?
Toby, sit.
Did you get to learn a little bit on pottery? Did you get to play a little bit with some of the friends?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did.
He was great with the kids that were like a little bit. 7 felt like a little bit of a stretch.
Like too young.
Well, they didn't stay on the wheel as
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you feel like the break was? So the youngest, we won't use names, but the youngest in the PM class struggled to stay on the stay on the wheel. She'd be kind of like
She
All right, I'm
she
done.
was a little iffy on the wheel. I feel like the second and third day, I noticed for all of them, they could stay on the wheel for a lot longer because they kind of knew how to do it and they were getting more successes. And they're like, oh, this is more fun. Like the AM class, there was a little girl who could not stay on the wheel the first day. And then the second day, she got some good ones in. She's like, this is really fun.
yeah, she was off to the races the second day.
The second day, although the third day, she wasn't feeling too good.
Did anyone get centering down? So what were the ages? Were 7 to 12?
13, I think, is what I said, but yes, 12 is the...
Okay.
Although this next week I'm going to have a 14-year-old.
Okay.
Jaken's friend.
Oh yeah. That'll be fun.
So that'll be... I'm thinking about asking them if they want to bring a friend.
So stay kind of close to the mic right here. These are dynamic mics, which mean this picks up way more. This doesn't pick up much.
Hello.
This picks up a lot. So stay kind of close. They say eat the mic.
Eat the mic.
Eat the mic. Don't touch your mouth to it, literally.
Especially with gum. Yeah, you might want to stay further away with gum in your mouth. What was I going to say?
12 is the oldest. Did one of them get the wheel, like get centering? I know that of the 2 that came, the cousins, she got it. Sorry. Aubrey got it, didn't she?
Yeah.
She was able to center.
I think she was doing pretty good. She wasn't like consistent, like super consistent, but yeah, she got it most of the time. Yeah.
Can you let Piper up?
Piper.
I was thinking about the cousins.
Yeah.
You let Toby out. Did Piper get it?
No.
Centering, but she loved the wheel. She did great on the wheel.
Yeah, she did really good.
Yeah.
Come back over here. We'll let him out. Stay outside. No, don't do that. That'll mess up the recording a little bit.
It will?
Yeah, it will. What was your favorite part? Did you like having all these friends over here in the backyard?
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect because the cars, I mean, it wasn't like cluttering up the street at all. No parents stayed. They were all
no
contained in
parents
a
stayed.
backyard.
Which I wasn't. I mean, I was expecting them to more, I guess, but I guess I didn't really communicate that at all. And they probably had things that they were wanting to do because they had their little kids going. But I did have like a.
Y'all done, Bubba? Okay, I'll do him. Why don't you tell the camera, tell our audience other things that you learned.
Other things I learned, yeah. Okay. What were some other things I learned? Yeah, things I learned. Kids can stay on the wheel for a lot longer than I thought. Especially since I have been throwing on the wheel since I was literally this one's age. I guess the wow factor has kind of like worn off because especially having like in our garage. We used to live overseas, and we had a bunch of pottery wheels over there, and we would just like have access to it all the time. It wasn't very interesting to me after like 6 months or so. I was just like, meh, yeah, my dad does pottery. I can throw pots. It's kind of, yeah, it's not that cool. But the kids thought it was super cool. And one thing I learned was start off by wowing them. So I didn't realize, I was thinking I would lead up to the wow at the end. But then my dad made a good point whenever we were setting up and we were thinking about scheduling and how like the different time blocks were going to go with like what we were going to do, because I mean, I'm entertaining these kids for 9 hours. It's 3 days for 3 hours a day. So 9 hours total. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with these 7-year-olds for 9 hours. But my dad was like, you need to start off by wowing them. So what we did first was I demonstrated how to make a pot on the wheel, how to throw a pot is what we call it. And that just like, they were just, so it was the coolest thing they'd ever seen. They were just awestruck. And so I think that really helped, especially it made them get super more excited for it. And I think just like if I had done it at the end, they would have, I mean, we're in Texas, so it's super hot. So it was just like throughout the day, it would just get hotter. And if I had waited till the end of the day, they would have been like, nice, that's cool. I'm really tired. Let's go home. So I think it was a very good move to do the throwing and all the wheel things at the beginning of the day. But also, I think that I learned that letting just them take the reins for a little bit and then letting them mess up and then asking for my help helped a lot. There were some little kids who, it was different. There were some little kids who did not want help and they wanted to do it all themselves and they wanted to do, and I was like, hey, I think you're going to have more fun if I can help you and make this a win for you. Which we ended up being able to do that, and she had a bunch of fun. But we had some things like that. But I think letting them try it and mess up and be like, oh, Mike, could you help me with centering? Or could you help me with pulling out the walls? Helped a lot, especially in, hey, could you let Toby in?
Yeah.
Be careful.
Toby, no.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought. But letting them make their own mistakes was, yes. Let him in.
He's not right here.
Well, he's barking.
Toby, here.
So yeah, letting them make their own mistakes was good. Also, watermelon. Kids love watermelon. That was a big win. It was a cheap snack. They loved it. I really enjoy watermelon was a big hit.
Watermelon's always
Except
a win.
with some of them.
Like 2.
Yeah, there's like 2.
Which I guess is 20%.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
guys, she did awesome. $100 a head, 3-day camp, 5 students in the morning, 5 students in the afternoon. This girl made $1,000 in a week. Her first week. I'm so proud of that. I am. I think it's pretty awesome, Maya.
Got it done.
So what I miss? What kind of things? Just the big
I was talking about like starting off with wowing them was a good thing
the
to
demo,
do.
yeah.
If we had waited till the end, I think they would have been like, I'm tired. I want to go home. I
Yeah.
want to do this. Which is what I was planning on doing at first, but then I was like, oh, we should not do that. So that, and then letting them make their own mistakes before asking me, because I feel like it made them have more fun. They're like, oh, she actually knows what she, like, I found that the first class was a lot more younger kids, and they were kind of like wanting to do their own thing, and they wanted to,
Stop that.
yeah, just try it on their own. But then the second class, it was, what?
Just a little closer.
Stop. John Mark, stop.
Hey, you're going to get removed from the video if you, hey, John Mark, look here. I need you to just pay attention, okay? You can talk when you have something to contribute. You can read books, Bubba, if you want to.
What was I going to say? Oh, in the second class,
Toby, down. Toby, here.
Okay.
He was jumping.
In the second class, I noticed it was a lot more older, or maybe not even just older, but maybe.
Hey, Josiah, we're not eating right now, bud. Josiah, we're not eating right now.
Josiah, bye-bye. I just Josiah. Josiah, come here. Bye-bye.
It's okay. He's all right. Josiah, we're not eating anything right now, okay, bud?
Yeah, the second class had like more, I guess, mature kids, and I found that whenever they actually listened to the different steps of throwing a pot and the instructions, all of them got a great first pot, and they got a great first experience on the wheel.
Yeah.
I noticed that a little less with like some of the kids in the first class, but yeah, it was.
But they did great. Both classes
both
did
classes
excellent.
did phenomenal.
And we didn't have any trouble. I mean, we were kind of
really
just
didn't.
fishing in really good pools of people with good kids.
Yeah.
Josiah, we're not eating, Bubba. No, sir. Bubba, we're not eating right now.
Last time you broke a glass.
Hey, you don't talk to him like that.
Yeah, both classes did really well, but I noticed that they did a lot better whenever they listened to the instructions and actually did what I told them to do.
But that's
Imagine
all, you
that.
don't know what you don't know. And so like you give a demo and people don't know their questions until they get in there and struggle a little bit, and then you know all these questions.
No, Josiah.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that's true. They got the hang of it though. I was really impressed. There were several kids. I was like, dang, this person has made some really good pots all on their own. And a lot of the kids, like, so all of them came home with mostly good looking pots. But a lot of the kids that struggled more, I did more of the pot, so it just looked better. Like, one of the girls in the first class, my brother ended up doing a whole pot for her, and she ended up, she's like, oh yeah, that's the pot that I did, and she ended up choosing that one to fire as one of her 3. Which, I mean, is great, but I was just like, a lot of the kids that were struggling more, I stepped in more, and we made a pot that was mostly just me, but they, messed around with it a little bit.
Yeah.
But so I feel like the kids that struggled more looked like they had better pots, kind of, and the kids that didn't struggle as much didn't look like they had as great, or that were really good at it didn't look like they had as great of pots, but they did it all by themselves, and it was really good. Like, I was blown away by the boy in the first class. So very
Yeah, he did
impressed.
awesome, didn't he? Toby, get off of him, bud.
I had 1 boy out of 10 kids.
Toby, come.
Toby, here. Uh-oh, he's in the front row.
This
Toby? Here.
is a very difficult podcast.
It's a fair. Hey, Toby.
Can you go check on Josiah and make sure he's not making a mess in there?
But yeah, I mean, yes.
No, it's good. So having multiple people center. So right off the bat, I didn't know my son, Jakin, who kind of started this journey with Maya originally. Like y'all were original gangsters getting, that's perfect. I didn't realize he could center, and he threw some great pots.
He did.
And he used to profile
He's
rib.
never thrown a pot.
Because tell him
has.
why.
Oh, because he hates getting dirty.
Previously, he hated getting
I
dirty.
really think that this is part of like what happened. So I think as he got older and became a football player and got nasty and got gross, I expressed disgust at him not showering. And I think that was like, oh, she doesn't like it whenever I smell bad, whenever I get dirty. And so now,
You think he's doing it just to spite you?
well, not as I think it might be more.
No,
do you call
I
it?
think he's showering a lot more.
Yeah.
He showers
really.
plenty. He
Yeah.
showers plenty. But
Not really. But I think since he's been more willing to get dirty.
yeah. Well, he
so he
killed
got-
it.
yeah,
I
he
thought he did
really
great. And like, so you have to have, if you're teaching beginners, especially kids, you have to be able to, that's not yours, big dog. No, put it
No,
back.
Bye-bye, no,
Hey,
no.
big dog, put that back where it belongs. Yeah, when you're teaching beginners, you do a lot of centering for them because you don't want them to just, centering's hard. And you don't want them to just like struggle the whole time. This was a 3-hour class. And so,
I thought mine said it was 9 hours.
no, well, total it was 9. It was 3 hours for 3 different days. And so Jakin stepped in to help do the centering. Well, get him in, hey, put him in his room. Josiah, I want you to go to your room, big dog. Toby's out here and he wants to play. Yeah, shut that door so Toby can't get in. Good job. Sorry, guys. We wanted to have a good conversation where I downloaded some of the things because Maya did so well What are some of the other things that happened this?
Yep.
I think kids, one, they can do it. Kids can totally throw pots.
Oh yeah.
I know.
They
I've
enjoyed it.
known that since you guys did it at 6
Do
and
people
9.
not think that?
I think it feels like a big. It's a difficult skill to learn. You know.
I mean, most of them did it. Like, did really well. Like, at least all of them at least made one pot like 90% by themselves. Mostly.
Yeah. Well, some of them did.
All of them.
All the way,
Yeah. Some
yeah.
of them did like, yeah. The boy in the first class.
I was
did
really impressed with
several
him.
pots.
He
with-
did great.
by himself.
Yeah.
He did really well. I am excited about. I don't know how I'm feeling about opening it up to adults because I'm going to because I have like 4 adults that are wanting to join this class.
So this is
But-
the last week.
Yeah, I have like 3, I think, that are wanting to join.
So I'd like to ask in the comments if you could leave. Would you want, because we had 5 wheels. I thought we had 8. We had 5 and one of them broke. We had 6 and one of them broke. So I gave my big wheel, my
The one in the
Clay
garage that we
Boss,
use.
which is pretty heavy and not fun to get out.
Ugh,
and it kind of hijacks my ability to do pottery videos
the other day.
for the day. But actually, so would you say we need to have everybody has a wheel? So if she has a class with 8 kids, does she need 8 wheels? Especially if there's adults there. I personally think everybody needs a wheel. And we're kind of like,
$300.
it's another $300, which, we'd be in on it together in that stuff. Or it might be a dad purchase with you, because I really want to get Jakin helping in there too. Seeing how
Yeah.
well he did. So we bought Perry Family Pottery, the doing business as, many years ago. And it's always been a pipe dream until today when Maya's got her little thing going and Jakin's helping. And
Yeah.
this one, I could see him.
Yep.
I mean, Jakin was 6 when he first threw on the wheel, John Mark. Did you know that? He might have been 5. Yeah, it was 6 when
'Cause
he
I
did it at
was-
the 8th Street Market near the Celebration stuff.
Oh, dang. And we were back
He
here.
was 6, yeah.
Well, but the first time was over. We were in Singapore, right?
Yeah, in Singapore with
Yeah,
you.
so I was
And then I got the wheel
7,
in
I
Malacca.
think. So he was 5.
Ipoh. I got the wheel in Ipoh.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember.
Do you remember the
Whenever
drive
we
back?
do we drive in and there's big EPO letters like the Hollywood sign, but it's IPOH?
I'm forgetting, sweetie.
I feel like there is. I'm like,
Well, I remember going to get that wheel. Who was his name? It was a very common Chinese name. It's like Mr. Tan. But we went around his office where he made all the kilns, and then we bought the pottery wheel. And we're driving back, Lolly and Pop, and all of us, all
How
5
long
of
is
us
the
at the time, because
drive?
we didn't have this munchkin. From Ipoh, only 3-4 hours. But we were so tired, I think we actually stopped in Ipoh to spend the night. I think.
stopped in EPO.
I think we-
probably that sounds. I still remember, especially. I don't even think this was on the way, but I just remember. Where was that? KL, the Royal Chulan. The
Royal
ice skating
Chulan
rink.
in KL.
We'd never went. I think we've probably said this before. We'd never been ice skating in Colorado, and we lived there for almost like 2 years. And then I went ice skating like 3 times in Malaysia. In
Well, because it was right
tropical
by
place.
that mall
hotel.
that the
Wasn't the hotel like connected to a mall?
yeah, and it's right by IKEA. So they had an IKEA. So we would drive down to KL from Penang, IKEA, buy all the furniture we wanted, go back to Penang, put it together.
I remember that was a lot of fun. I just remember they had a nice infinity pool, and
Yeah.
I loved it so much. And they had an ice skating rink, which was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
And
I think
it
once
a
there
nice
was
hotel.
there was fireworks while we were in the infinity pool. Do you remember that?
I don't.
Okay, maybe I'm imagining that. There's all sorts of opportunities for fireworks when you're in a country that has Muslim holidays, Chinese holidays.
Yeah, all of the
Western
different
holidays. I mean, there's-
religion, yeah, and
It's like every day's the
patriotic,
4th of July.
Their national. Do they do fireworks for was it August 17th?
Sorry, I can't hear you. Squirt.
Stop.
Hey, can you go in the other room, sweet boy?
Why?
Because you're being too loud. Why don't you take the doggy outside, please?
What was I saying?
KL, fireworks. Every day's a party.
Oh, do they do fireworks for, is it August 17th? Is their Independence Day?
That's Indonesia. It's August 17th.
Oh.
Agustus 17. I forget what it is in Malaysia.
It's been recording.
It's not recording?
Close.
Will you take a look? It's still recording.
Hang on. No,
Will you
is it,
will you
it's
touch it?
The low battery mode part.
Probably, but it's probably fine.
Yeah.
Just, it jiggles easy, so watch out. Good to go? Still going? All three?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Back to Pottery Camp. So kids can do it. You got it. You do a lot of centering when you're doing camps with beginners.
With little kids. I'm curious to see how that'll pan out with the adults because they have more weight to push it with.
Yeah, it's still a skill that's hard. Like I did it as a college student. I took 2 classes in college in ceramics, and they were great. I learned a ton, but the wheel wasn't the main focus.
How do you do ceramics without the wheel?
Yeah.
No,
Like,
not
what do you
without the
do?
wheel. You still do the wheel, and you do a lot of the wheel. You have to pass that portion of ceramics. You have to throw like several cylinders above a certain amount.
Yeah.
You have to do it, but it's not a focus because there's so much more to ceramics than just throwing on the wheel.
Like anything I could implement in Pottery Camp?
Well, it's slab building, it's mixing glazes, it's how glazes interact, it's
Yeah.
firing, and they have wood
Glazes.
fires and sagger fires and salt fires and
fire all their stuff.
yeah, we should probably. So Maya's agreement with them was 3 days, and then they'd bring home 3 pots, and we made them a custom stamp with their name on it, so they could stamp their pottery as they went, which was helpful in knowing whose is whose, right?
Yeah.
So John Mark got a stamp too.
Very
Did you
helpful.
stamp any? Not yet.
I hope you didn't stamp any because none of those were yours.
Are you gonna throw some pots this week?
Think so.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's happening again in like 2 days.
Let's not touch it too much, big dog, because when you touch it, it makes noises.
Let's see.
Here's
Oh, okay.
shoe toy.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Well, what else? Anything else?
I'm trying to think. What else did I
We
like?
got 2 big academy
Oh yeah, little
pavilions, tents. What are those called?
canopies.
Canopies. Super helpful because it got
Yeah.
hot.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But I was kind of shocked at how not hot we were.
Yeah, the afternoon class, whenever we
Yeah.
have, well, the canopies really, like, it's weird how much cooler it makes it because, like, in the sun, it's like hundreds of degrees, it feels like. But, like, whenever you're in the shade, it, like, drastically.
At least 10 degrees. It feels
at
like
least,
a 10
at the
degree
very
drop.
least.
Yeah. And we had the fans going out
Yeah, we
there,
had
so it's kind of like
fans.
this wind tunnel we had going on, which was great.
Yeah, it was really nice. It felt, I mean, obviously, I'm still outside for 12 hours,
Yeah.
so it was a long day. But
Did you get too hot out there?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
but not a lot.
2 more things that come to mind that were really good. One, our backyard, maybe like some of you Potter's
yes.
backyard, looks a little crazy. It did. And so we had along the fence line over here, I had a bunch of stuff. I had 55-gallon barrels of stuff and
lots of
cement
junk.
blocks and all sorts of stuff. Anyhow, Maya got out there and like a boss, well, she pulled everything out in the middle of the yard and then she's like, fix
So
it.
I was like, Dad, this is all the stuff that you have stored back there.
So
What would you like to do with it?
we organized from there.
It was
But
a chaotic day.
I
for
remind them that we can do Pottery Camp without a big overhead because I have cinder blocks, boards, tables,
sure.
sawhorses.
Yeah, I
But
don't think
anyhow,
we used any of that.
a super move was what we learned from our business coach.
yeah.
He had a conference and we went up there and we came in the day before and it looked like
Rough.
crap. It looked really bad. Sorry, pardon my language. It looked really bad at his place.
Yeah.
And I was like, how in the world is this place going to get all fixed in the next few hours? They did it. One of the big
was
things they did was
beautiful.
they put in mulch everywhere, like the walking paths, and they pulled up some weeds, did it quick, and then they put fresh mulch down, and it looked beautiful.
Crispy.
It looked
It
crispy.
looked really good.
And our backyard looked crispy.
It looked really good. It does. Although, so with the clay over it, so we put mulch down in our backyard. And it looks really good.
And it smells
Yeah.
good. It's cedar.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it
It smells
smelled
really
delicious.
good. Crispy delicious.
But the only thing was because we're working with clay. We're working with clay. What was I gonna say? Oh, the clay gets all over the mulch, and so now we have like.
But it's
dyed
not that
white.
bad. It's really not. In fact, it was way worse when I was cutting that concrete block out there yesterday.
yeah?
That's what most of that junk is out there on the on the mulch. It was not near as bad as I thought it would be. And you rake the mulch up a little bit. And
Yeah.
in our area here, I can take my truck and I'll get a cubic yard, which is like one truck bed full. It's a lot of mulch. We used 2, which was $45 each, so total cost of $90, and kind of transformed our backyard, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
It looks a lot better than it has.
It looked way better.
And it is kind of like a kid's paradise.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a trampoline. We have like one of those
Huge rope.
big swings, the rope swings that you can get like 4 kids on. That's being risky, but we did it a lot. And we have a hammock, and we have like a little play house set area. We do have chickens, but they're not allowed in that area because that's where we kind of moved all the stuff.
Yeah,
that was
when you let
originally in the
chickens
corner.
roam, if you don't have them housed, there's poop everywhere. I'm sure you guys with chickens know that, but
And lots of flies when they're all consolidated the way they are.
yeah. So those fly traps were gold.
Those fly traps are good. I mean, really, we need to link that somewhere because we probably have caught over 1,000.
I know, it's so gross.
It's nasty.
You walk by it, and
and
it's
it
one's
smells
kind of
like death.
it smells nasty, but it's also like this. I think that's the solution that stinks, not the dead flies.
Once
No, I
Maya
don't
bumped
because
into
it
one.
wasn't. It didn't
And then-
stink before we put them up.
It didn't, so it's the
No,
dead flies.
it's the dead flies.
That's so gross.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But they're also like attracted to that smell. So I think once they start dying, more flies come.
That's super gross.
Yeah. That company found out the answer to fly traps. But yeah, our backyard is really good. So what we did was this is what the plan was. So originally the plan was to do 45-minute chunks of different things and then 15-minute breaks where they can just run around and I can reset everything and we can get them snacks and yeah, they can just have fun.
And Jakin would be like in that 15 minutes,
Yeah,
jumping on the
just help
trampoline,
'em.
throwing things at kids,
Yeah,
whatever.
making it more fun. But since they were so engrossed in the wheel and they thought it was so much fun, I was like, well, I'm not going to stop them if they're happy on the wheel. Right. So they really, I mean, the first day we took one break, like 2 hours in. They had been on the wheel for like 2 hours. And then we took like a more than 15 minute, probably like a 20,
Which
30
the
minute
wheel
break.
is kind of fun.
You like
Yeah,
the
it's
wheel?
kinda fun.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite part about the wheel?
I don't know.
Were you able to get it centered? Did someone center it for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did Jakin do it?
Yeah.
Or Maya? John Mark got on the wheel whenever he could. We felt bad, taking a wheel away from the kids. So it's mostly
usually in
after
the
hours.
breaks or after hours.
But you did great, bud. I think you're really going to like it once you get on there.
Yeah. You like getting dirty, so I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like it. Although I gotta say, those days were long. Like I would. Sorry, Andrew, our business coach. I usually get up really late, which needs to stop. But it's
She's
nice.
learning. She didn't though this week. You got up at 6.
Yeah,
this
I got
week,
up
all
at
3
6 every
days.
morning. Well, yeah, all 3 days, and so I'd get out there at 7, and I'd set up for like an hour and a half, and then I'd eat breakfast. The first day I did not eat breakfast, which was a huge mistake.
You were
It was
hurting.
because we were setting up everything. We'd never done it before, so we didn't know what
So
we were
many
doing. We had to
unknowns
finish
that
all
first
the
day.
we
Yeah.
we left a bunch of stuff out from the night before, and so we had to like finish all that, move all this stuff. Thankfully, we had somebody staying with us who could help.
Oh yeah, Jeshrin was here. That's fun.
But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so we were out there, and I didn't eat breakfast the first day, which was a mistake because by lunch I was dying.
And you didn't really eat lunch either.
No,
did
I
you?
ate a huge lunch. I was
Oh,
so
did you?
hungry.
The second day we cleaned up through the whole break, and then you had like 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah, well, so that's what happened for lunch that day. But that morning, I was thinking at the end of the first day, I was like, I really need to think about this differently. I need to think of it more as like I'm about to do a big marathon race, and I need to put
Yeah.
as much protein in my body as I can.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. He's
It's all right.
okay. Guess who's cleaning that up later? What was I gonna say? Oh, And so that's what I would eat, a huge breakfast because I was gonna get hungry. And so that would be 7 to like 8:30. I would set up. 8:45 I'd get out there and watch some clay for them, and then they'd arrive at 9 to 12. We had them hour break from 12 to 1. That's when it was supposed to be a lunch break. It turned into a cleanup break and move all the canopies and set up canopies.
Because the sun moved.
Yeah,
And to
the
stay in the
sun-
shade, you had to reorient.
So we had to move all the canopies and all the wheels and everything, which I think the way that we did it the last day was the best. How we just moved the canopies forward and we didn't move the wheels at all. We
Oh,
left them in the line.
did we really? I forgot.
And it was
that.
better for
Okay.
pictures too. Because
Yeah.
Jacob likes it better. My brother took pictures all day, which was
He
a
did great pictures, yeah.
huge help because we can send it to all the parents. And some of the parents got to posting it on
Did they
Facebook.
really?
Well, that's what Miss Collins did, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how I got all these people interested. But I still need to send the PM ones, all of the PM ones.
Yeah, we need to get those because we want them to have those and get excited about
get
it
the
and
pictures
share it
and
and
share
whatever.
But yeah, the pictures turned out great. But anyway, that setup was better for pictures.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, back to my schedule.
Well, back to your schedule. I have another super move we had set up that I'll share after your schedule.
Okay. And then I would, after the lunch, mostly cleanup break,
Is he chewing on
we
the
would
wire?
do the second class, which was from 1 to 4. That one was hot.
Is
It
he
wasn't as
chewing
bad as I
on the
thought, but it was
wire,
still
Dad?
hot. Super move. We have a sprinkler, and we asked them all to put on bathing suits, and they just ran around in the backyard, and it was a miracle. So that was nice. And then also, so from 1 to 4, I had the second class, and then we would, after 4, usually people would stay till like 4:30, and then I would be out there till 7-ish, usually 7:30 or 7, cleaning up. So it was 12-hour days. It was a long time. But what is he doing?
He's eating the wire. Don't eat the wire here. Let me go over there. Sorry. Okay, so that was the schedule, yeah? That was the schedule?
Yeah, that was the schedule.
So the other super
Sorry.
move. Sorry, I wasn't just waiting to talk, I promise. The horse trough was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So we are always dealing with kids. Oh, my hands are dirty. It's so, and then you dirty like 20 rags and it doesn't even get them clean. So what we did this time was we filled up the horse trough with,
That's lots of uses.
I mean, what is that? Like 40 gallons, 50 gallons, something like that.
A lot.
Maybe more than that. And they just went over there whenever they wanted to clean off, which you don't have to clean off that much. And they go over there and they just wash off. We had sponges in there and then they're totally clean. We didn't do as good a job. We should have had a rag kind of tied to the canopy.
I did that
You
once,
did?
but then Ruby took it off.
Oh yeah, I think it would be good to like have it. We'll keep it on there so
Yeah.
that it stays because it'd be so easy to, be done with it.
Wash,
And then at the end of the day, Maya learned this because she's paying by the pound, right? She's paying by the bag
Oh, yes.
for the clay.
I
So she learned how to stack and slam recycled clay.
I enjoyed that.
It's great. I
It's
mean,
really fun.
and some of it. So what we would do, and did you do that this morning? Did you get the clay out yet?
I got the clay out, but it was too wet to do anything with.
Okay, but it's out of the horse trough.
Yeah.
And did you clean the horse trough?
Yeah.
Okay. So she learned sometimes there's junk like little debris and stuff or like the mulch in the water. And we have a little strainer that will just strain, get it off the top. But sometimes there's still some in the clay and Stack and Slam gets so much stuff out of the clay. It's unbelievable. Like you'll slice it on the wire and there'll be all these little bristles that when it slices through, those come off. And you do that 50 times and you got most of the debris out.
Yeah.
You found a sponge in there
No,
once? Didn't you?
it was weird. That method worked really well. It felt like new clay. Like it was.
Yeah.
It was nice. I also really enjoy like I guess it's just fun to. It's
I think there's
satisfying to
something
cut.
beautiful. I think the metaphor of using recycled clay is better, personally.
Yeah.
I do.
I'll bet.
I do.
I do.
But I showed Jake and like he saw me slamming. I said I want to slam some stuff. So I taught him. And
We need a
he
stronger
did it.
table if he's gonna be slamming.
He was slamming it hard.
Yeah,
I was
you
like-
were too though. We were looking over at you guys. You slamming that like, man, she's gonna break that table.
Oh really? Wait, with
Stephanie?
Oh yeah.
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 So we learned a lot week one.
Yeah. Recycle the clay. What? Were you gonna say something? What are you doing?
Watermelon was a hit. Popsicles were a big hit.
Popsicles were a hit. They weren't as big of a hit as I thought.
Watermelon's the best because
Watermelon's
all the crunchy
best.
people,
They
crunchy
were
moms,
all
which
asking for watermelon the third day. I was like, actually, we don't have that today.
yeah, they were
Yeah.
more than popsicles, and watermelon's definitely cheaper.
No, they were about
No?
the same. Yeah,
Really?
for 12, it was $5.
We get a lot more watermelon.
Yeah, this is true. John Mark ate like 7 pieces of my watermelon.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, sweet boy, I don't want that in here right now. Josiah. No, I don't want that on here. That's going to be on the recorder.
But yeah, watermelon was a hit. The horse trough was a good idea. Having photography going
Yeah.
was a hit.
One more is there were grandmas. Well, one grandma in particular. They were like, I want to do it. And we know of other grandmas that want to do
yes,
it.
we do.
And Woodway, we have a lot of older people in this community. Yeah, would you mind? And through watching so this is not an Outpost pottery thing. This was strictly Maya, and she's using the wheel. So I guess in one sense, like I'm helping her, but like Outpost is profiting zero from her pottery camp, and I'm minimally involved. Like this first week, because she doesn't know as much about clay, I was wanting to help her to learn, because we did several things. We did slip casting, we did slab building and ornaments, and slab building coil pots, Christmas ornaments with stamps, and then we just did a lot of wheel. Way more wheel than I thought we would do. I think she said that. Like, I was really impressed with how much the kiddos wanted to do the wheel. And they were just like drawn to it. Every morning they wanted to do the wheel. But what was my point with that? What was I just talking about? Shoot. Oh, well, with this grandmother that came.
Oh, yeah.
This Mimi that came. She's like, I want to do it. I want to be your student. And now Maya's got parents. We thought we should open it up to our little suburb here, Woodway. And so I called one of the councilmen this morning and just said, hey, what would it look like to rent out, the new Woodway Family Center, the old Woodway Family Center, or the Arboretum, the Carlene Albright Arboretum here, which is beautiful. He's like, I think that's a great idea. I think you should totally do it. Here's who you contact, Jimmy. Is that his name? Jimmy, I think his name is Jimmy. And so I'm going to contact Jimmy about renting that place out and just offering, we have a lot of wheels. And I also, through this process, I contacted Beaver just to say, hey, I'd love to get some wheels to review from you guys and maybe do some sort of an affiliate thing. Haven't decided if we're going to do that or not because of the contractual stuff. But what's up?
Can I have a popsicle?
No, we're going to have dinner here in just a little bit, bud.
You just had a lollipop.
But anyhow, having adults in this neighborhood come and
A lollipop.
try out these different pottery wheels and learn how to center with a family that knows how to. Hey, are you just trying to be loud, dude? Josiah, let's be quiet, okay? We're recording a video.
Really?
Okay, so anyhow, we might do that. That could be a fun thing just to let grandmas and also families kind of come and do it
Old
together.
women. Or elderly women.
No,
I'm sorry.
that's
Yeah, or men. I mean, just because we have a lot of people in senior communities or senior centers that do pottery, that write in, that call in. The whole crew's coming home now, so maybe we should wrap it up.
We'll wrap it all up.
Anything else?
But-
Haley? Oh, she's on the phone.
Yeah. I think
Anything else?
not that I can think of. I mean, yeah, I feel like we learned a lot of logistically how do we do this.
Yeah.
I still need to figure out how we're gonna get all the how we're gonna get all the pots to them. Like,
Turn
I'm
that off,
assuming
sweet
that
boy.
they're gonna.
John Mark, turn that off because it's actually in the camera.
But I'll be in touch.
Press power. Turn it off.
Did you hear me?
This is my life.
Yes.
My wild life.
But I mean,
It is kind of like wildlife, like wilderness, wildlife,
Oh,
jungle.
this is only with half. This is without the other one.
Yeah, the other one's not as loud though.
Yeah, but he kind of adds to the chaos with JMP.
Yeah, he does. Haley, do you want to take a seat and share anything from Pottery Camp? Pottery Camp that you learned? What did we learn from Pottery Camp?
I don't even have makeup on.
Huh? You didn't make a pot?
I said I don't even have makeup on. I thought it was so fun. I thought Maya did an incredible job.
She did an incredible job. She killed it.
Taking the bull by the horns.
It's our girl.
We did.
Proud of her.
We did that. Yep. I need to send out all the pictures to the PM class and the rest of the pictures to the AM class. Reach out to a few more people and make sure that parents can come. I also don't know what to do. So I am 15. And so I was wondering if I should open it up to like people my age. I feel like it'll be a lot easier with kids my age, like
Totally.
just for like monitoring and, you know, that kind of a deal. But I also don't know how well they'll listen to me.
Well, I think it's 100% about your confidence with because you are the expert where they're not an expert here, and
Yeah.
you look and carry yourself much older. Although most of them will know you're 15, it'll be friends, big brothers and sisters, you know.
Yeah.
But hopefully, it's not any young guys.
Yeah, I don't think age is really as much a factor as like they're beginner and you're not beginner. So if they're eager to learn pottery,
There might be a few young guys coming with some
don't think
ulterior
so.
motives.
probably so.
Well,
But yeah. I
so it
think
was kind of a
opening it up
group
to
effort
people.
this week. This is week
Yeah.
1, getting it the template.
Yeah.
So Haley is always our relational glue and getting the food for everybody. And
Yeah, mom did good. She got
She
all
killed
all the watermelon and popcorn. We did popcorn some of the days, ready for them, which was really helpful because I couldn't be inside doing that.
yeah,
But
if you have questions on how it went or an aspect of it, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to, because this is a great thing. If you're a potter, this is a great thing to do. It's local based. It is a great. Most people in pottery if they make their living at pottery, most people teach. And then they support their habit of making pottery by teaching pottery. So this is a great practical way to teach
I don't
people
think
that.
I made a single pot after the first day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did one pot the whole time.
You centered probably 50 times, 100 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One girl, she was like, "I think you know what I'm about to say."
Can I have
Like, you
another?
need centering? She's like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Well, that's part of it. And
She
now that
was
Jakin can do
she
it,
was really good. The
Yeah.
girl that was asking, she did really good.
they did awesome. Well, how about we wrap it for today?
Yep.
And
What's this channel?
it's
called?
not day. I mean, this is Outpost Pottery.
Outpost
It's not
Pottery
it's not a 30-day challenge. Although every day is a 30-day challenge for Maya now. But
Yeah.
we'll pick it up soon. And maybe we'll get Jakin to do it too.
Hopefully, that'd be nice.
All right.
Pound it. Just
Pound it
kidding.
nuggets.
We don't want any copyright things.
Right.
They trademarked that probably.
They probably did.
But yeah.
Hey, way to go. Thank you. That was fun. I feel like that was a good download.
Yeah.